Yeah. As soon as I walk through the door. Alright, so now we got everyone into the lobby. Just waiting on Willie to ready up. Then we will get going. Alright, so everyone's all readied up, so we're going to kick off the Triple Crown. Lucid Windex was the fastest qualifier, so he's definitely going to be one to look out for this race. Alright, so we've got to wait for everyone to put in their setups, and then we will get started. Okay, so everyone except for Beansmoke has their setup, so we're just waiting on him. And he put his in, so let's get it going. We'll watch Windex off the start, since he was the fastest qualifier. Looks like he's not going to get the best jump. Willie Barz third off the start, but Mean Mug, who pulled the whole shot, went down right after. Complete carnage right now. Looks like after everything's straightened out, A7 Squirt's going to take the lead. Looks like Giordano hit the tough blocks right behind him, but so that drops him back to fourth. Mason LU up to second, and Rick Rock in third. Looks like Mean Mug has worked his way back up to seventh after going down in the first corner. But A7 Squirt with a nice lead straight off the start. It's like Rick Rock right there on Mason LU. It's like Keel going to the inside of Mean Mug. Makes it happen. Extremely clean too for how much speed he had going into that corner. It's like Windex, your fastest qualifier, back in 8th. Trying to get around Keel and Mean Mug. Looks like Rick Rock trying to get around Giordano now. So Giordano must have passed both Rick Rock and Mason LU. Looks like Rick Rock goes down. And it also messes up Mason, so Ivu's up into third. right behind Giordano. Looks like right behind Ivuzi, you got Willie Barz. It's going around the outside of him. Can't quite get the run he needs. Tries to cut down, but slides out a little bit, so he doesn't get the drive. Looks like he's going inside of the whoops, makes it happen. Ivuzi cuts underneath him, though. They're going side by side through the whoops. Going to be a drag race. Willie Barz does have the inside, checks up and just goes behind him. Ivuzi riding the tough blocks a little bit. Almost went off the track. Saves it, though. Still right in front of Willie Barz. Looks like there's a pretty intense battle back here for 5th place. Looks like Rick Rock following behind. Looks like Lucid Windex going down again, so he's not able to make his way up. Giordano getting stuck on some tough blocks, so he drops a bunch of positions. He goes down to 5th. That allows... Looks like Willie Barz, through that chaos, made it up into 1st. So Willie Barz now leading the race. It's like A7 Squirt and Ivuzi are battling. A7 Squirt doesn't get the triple and goes over the bars. So that allows Iowa Hawkeyes to get into 3rd place. Giordano, after getting stuck on the tough blocks, is back up to 4th. He's right in front of A7 Squirt and Rick Rock. Looks like Lucid Windex going on the inside of him. Gets 2 in the section. Gonna cut him off into the corner. Makes the pass happen. So Lucid Windex making some passes happen. Looks like he's gonna try to go underneath A7 Squirt. Makes it happen. So Lucid Windex is on rails right now. It's up to 4th. Looks like he's trying to work on getting Ivuzi. Doesn't get the triple over though. Looks like A7 Squirt having to go a little bit too far inside there, and then overcorrects it and goes off the track on the other side. Meanwhile, getting a little aggressive. I'm going to have to give him a warning. Looks like Lucid Windex gets stuck on the inside of the corner. So he loses a bunch of time on 3rd place. He's still in 4th though, didn't lose any positions. Looks like there's a 3-way battle right now for 9th place between A7 Squirt, Giordano, and Keel. A7 Squirt slicing and dicing, gets by Giordano. It's like up a little bit further. Mean Mug trying to get around to Ivuzi. Working on getting him. Looks like Lucid Windex up to 2nd. So Lucid Windex on rails this race. He's got a pretty big gap though to make up on Willie Barz. At the speed Windex is going though, that should be closed up in no time. Looks like Rick Rock caught up to the group of people now. So there's a group of about 3 people in front of him, and they've all been battling this long time. Looks like Bean Smoke leaves the lobby. Not sure if that was a leg out or just a rage quit, but he is no longer in here. Willie Barz with an 8-second lead over Lucid Windex, so that's going to be a pretty big gap to make up, but he's got the time to do it. It's like Rick Rock maybe being able to get by Ivuzi. He does. So Rick Rock back up into 5th. Yeah, Willie's definitely ripping this race. He made some passes to get out front, and he just ran away with it. But Lucid Windex has brought down the gap to 6 seconds. So there's no question that Lucid Windex is catching him. It's just Willie seems to be a lot more consistent than he is. Looks like Ivu's trying to get around Iowa Hawkeyes, and he does. Now he's got to set his sights on Mean Mug. But Iowa Hawkeyes gets an insane drive through the whoops and goes past both Ivu's and Mean Mug. So Iowa Hawkeyes up into third. And during all that, it looks like Lucid Windex went down. So Lucid Windex just losing time. Needs to figure something out before it just falls apart for him. So yeah, the lead back up to 8 seconds after that mistake. Lucid Windex just has to make more consistent line choices. Well, he's going to keep on crashing and losing all the time he's made up. It's like Mason Price. Mason Price was in the back for a while. Looks like he's caught up and he's gotten around Mean Mug. I'm pretty sure Mason Price was the second fastest qualifier. So he's definitely one to look out for. Looks like Iowa Hawkeyes has caught Lucid Windex. Iowa Hawkeyes trying to make a move on the inside. Looks like he's going to try the other inside. Looks like he gets it. So he makes the pass on Windex now. So Windex drops back to third after being on rails, and he goes down again. Is that going to allow anyone else to get around him? Looks like Mason Price is going to get right there. So Mason Price up to fourth. Mason Price has been on rails these last few laps. I would say right now Mason Price probably has the fastest lap time because that last lap was a heater. It's like Iowa Hawkeyes might be running down on Willie Barz, but Willie Barz is just so consistent on this track. Seems like nobody can get close without making a mistake. It's like Rick Rock still battling with Ivu's. And just up ahead of him, Mason Price and Lucid Windex are right next to each other. Looks like Lucid Windex goes down again. So Mason Price going up to third place. He's got a lot of open track ahead of him now, so if he can run his fastest laps, he might be able to pick off Iowa. Looks like Rick Rock still battling with the Goose. Looks like Lucid Windex dropped down to 6th from his crash. So he definitely lost some time. Looks like Lucid Windex trying to go to the inside of both of them. Gets right there, but can't get a wheel in front of him. Looks like he got kind of cut off by Rick Rock there. They're side by side going to the whoops. Looks like Windex not able to get a tire in front of him, but he still makes it happen. Kind of pushes Rick Rock out a little bit and got by him. Looks like A7 Squirt and Mason LU were going side by side in the whoops there. Looks like ahead of them, Windex trying to work to get around Ivu's. Looks like he's gonna make it happen. So Windex making it past Ivu's. Rick Rock's still there. Ivu's and Rick Rock have probably been battling this entire race. Looks like Rick Rock gonna get a drive up the inside. He does make the pass happen, so Ivu's down to 6th and Rick Rock up to 5th. So these two have been battling almost all race. seems that Lucid Windex has caught back up to Mason Price. Looks like Mason Price goes down. Windex hit his bike mid-air, but he's able to survive. So Mason Price down to 4th, loses that speed he had those few couple laps. Now Windex has an open track. Looks like Giordano AFK. Looks like one of his laps didn't count. Not sure what we're going to do there. Not sure why he pulled over. He probably could have kept racing. But Mason Price, losing that speed he had, he worked his way all the way up from almost last to first. But Willie Barz just kind of took this race. But Iowa Hawkeyes kind of catching up to him in these last few laps. So if Willie Barz can just keep that consistently, he will be fine though. Looks like another person stopped. Keel. Not sure what's going on with them. They both stopped though. It's like A7 Squirt and Mason LU having an insane battle right now. But it looks like A7 Squirt pulls on him a little bit there. Iowa Hawkeyes on this final lap has closed that gap down. So now the win is definitely in reach. He just has to put a few more things together without making a mistake, because I don't think Willie Barz has crashed once this entire race. He's just been on a whole other level of consistency. Iowa Hawkeye is definitely right there now. Just got a few turns left. And it's looking like Willie Barz is going to be able to hold it off the win. But Iowa Hawkeye is coming in second after an insane charge at the end. Looks like Lucid Windex going to be able to pick off third place after crashing a few times. Mason Price getting fourth after having insane speed midway through the moto. Rick Rock coming in fifth. And it's looking like Mean Mug coming around in sixth. Evooz coming around in seventh. A7 Squirt eighth. Mason Giordano 11th. So we're going to get going with this race number 2. So those are the results from the first race. We're going to get going with race number 2. Alright, so Willie Barz, the winner of race number 1. But Iowa Hawkeyes was on rails. So he is going to definitely be one to look out for this next race. For Willie Barz off the start. Looks like he gets a decent jump mid-pack. But ultimately Mason Price pulls the whole shot. Keel gets around him in the sand section though. So Keel off to the early lead. Looks like Keel just running really smooth. There's just a way smoother start than the first race. The first race, almost everybody crashed. Looks like Willie Barz sitting in 4th place right now. Iowa Hawkeyes in 7th. Not too far behind. Looking like A7 Squirt getting around Willie Barz on the outside. Willie Barz doing a bit of a block pass on him to get up into 3rd place. It's like Mason Price and Keel in front of him are battling though. Iowa Hawkeyes trying to work his way through the pack. Cases the finish line though. Able to get the 2nd double but loses a position. Iowa Hawkeyes going off the track there. Saves it. Gonna go to the inside of him. Doesn't quite make it work. Loses another position from that. So Iowa Hawkeyes just can't find his flow. There's a 5-way battle going on. It's like Iowa Hawkeyes passes everyone in the corner and then loses it from the drive. Iowa Hawkeyes gonna go up the inside. Can't quite get there. So isn't able to get past him. There's some bumping going in the whoops. It's like Iowa gonna rail the outside. Picks off 2 of them. Gets the quad over to quad out. Now we just gotta work on getting a boost in A7 Squirt. He goes off the track. So he loses a few positions there. But A7 Squirt following a 4-way battle. Looks like he jumps over Evuz to take away that 4th place spot. But Evuz comes back in the sand section and gets him back. A7 Squirt got spun around. Loses a bunch of positions. Drops back to 9. Evuz loses the position to Mean Mug just there. So Evuz still in 5th. Looks like Lucid Windex went down again. So Lucid Windex in 10th. Mean Mug sitting in 4th behind Keel. Right behind him is Evuz. Evuz looking like he's gonna get a good run through here. Gets right behind Keel. So Evuz trying to go up the inside of Keel. Looks like he's not going to make the pass happen there. Tries to cut underneath, but just can't get the drive. Willie Barz is up to 2nd. Mason Price in 1st. Evuz trying to get around Keel. Trying everything he can. Looks like Keel goes down. That allows Iowa Hawkeyes to get by. So Iowa Hawkeyes up to 5th. Looks like Rick Rock's right behind him though. Looks like Windex trying to get around A7 Squirt. Looks like Iowa Hawkeyes went down, so that allows Rick Rock to get by. And Keel trying to go up the inside, doesn't quite get there though. So Iowa Hawkeyes drops back down to 6th. Looks like Lucid Windex just not having the race he wants. Looks like he keeps on crashing. Looks like Iowa Hawkeye is trying to get around. Looks like Lucid Windex rage quits. Mason Price trying to get back around Willie Barz as Willie Barz got around him. And it looks like Mean Mug's right there too, in case any of these guys makes a mistake. A three-way battle for the lead right now. It's like Mean Mug getting around Mason Price. Doesn't quite get... Goes underneath Willie Barz, takes Willie Barz out. Mason Price cuts underneath Mean Mug and gets the position back. So Willie Barz crashing. Still able to stay in third though. He is right behind them both. Still 6 minutes left to go in this race. It's like Willie Barz getting around Mean Mug as Mean Mug goes off the track. Mean Mug also loses positions to Rick Rock and Iowa Hawkeyes. So Rick Rock and Iowa Hawkeyes right up there for the lead now. Iowa Hawkeyes trying to go up the inside. Doesn't quite take the position away. Rolls the roller to get a better run through the whoops. Doesn't quite change anything though. He's still right there. It's like Iowa Hawkeye's going around the inside of Rick Rock. It's like he makes the pass happen now. So Iowa Hawkeye's setting his sights on Willie Barz and Mason Price. Doesn't get the quad over. So he loses some time. Almost loses the position to Rick Rock. But Rick Rock doesn't get in front of him. It's like they're going side by side through this section. Rick Rock just can't get the drive he needed. But Willie Barz right behind Mason Price. Mason Price holds him up. So Iowa Hawkeye is jumping over Willie Barz and into second place. Willie Barz staying in front of Rick Rock though. So Willie Barz trying everything he can to get around Iowa Hawkeyes and Mason Price. Looks like Willie Barz going to the outside when Iowa Hawkeye chose to go to the inside. Willie Barz almost landing on top of him, but Iowa Hawkeye is getting a drive through whoops on the inside. Looks like he's going to run the inside of Mason Price. Side by side, can't get in front of him. So Mason Price takes the lead back. Iowa Hawkeyes cuts underneath him. Gets the quad over. Doesn't make path happen. Looks like both lines are identical in speed. So he doesn't gain any position or lose any time. Looks like he makes the pass happen in that section though. So Iowa Hawkeyes up to the lead. Mason Price right behind him. And Willie Barz with Rick Rock right behind him there. Looks like Mason Price gets an animated... Oh, Iowa Hawkeyes gets an animated whip. And that allows Mason Price to get by him. Looks like Rick Rock got around Willie Barz, so Willie Barz must have crashed because Mean Mug also got by him. So Rick Rock up to third and in position to maybe pass for second place. Willie Barz gets back around Mean Mug and is going to work on getting back up to Rick Rock. But Iowa Hawkeye is up to the lead now. Mason Price right there. Rick Rock right behind Mason Price though, so it's still a three-way battle for the lead in some sorts. Not really anybody battling right now, just kind of trains going on. But Rick Rock having a much better race than he had last race. Willie Barz is not making it happen. Mean Mug right behind him though in 5th place. Looks like Rick Rock is right on Mason Price now. Doesn't get a good drive through the whoops though. Looks like Iowa Hawkeyes messes up in the whoops, so that allows Mason Price and Rick Rock to get by. So Mason Price back up to the lead. Looks like there's a five-way train in the top five for the lead right now. So if one person makes a mistake, they could potentially be handing the lead over. And that person to make the mistake was Mason Price. So Rick Rock up to the lead now, with Iowa Hawkeyes and Willie Barz right behind him. A minute 20 left to go. So there should be still possibly 3 laps. Still quite a bit of time. Iowa Hawkeyes going off the track. No, Rick Rock going off the track, so Iowa Hawkeyes takes the lead. It's like Willie Barz up to second. Rick Rock not letting him get away though at all. Like Rick Rock goes up the inside of him, but Willie Barz gets a drive around the outside. Gets right there. Looks like Rick Rock trying to cut him off. Doesn't make it happen. Mean Mug going down after hitting the back of Willie Barz. Willie Barz gonna maybe try to cut up the inside. Nope, just trains with him because he doesn't want to mess the next rhythm up. So Willie Barz able to work his way back up to third after having a couple crashes. It's like he goes for the quad over, but he doesn't quite get it. So Awahaka is back with the lead after making a mistake in the whoops and handing it to Mason Price. So it looks like there's 2 laps to go now, as they just passed before time ended. Time expired. Looks like Mason Price working to get back around Willie Barz. Everyone's just trying to be as consistent as they can here. They don't want to hand any positions away near the end. Looks like Mason Price loops out in that rhythm section there, so that allows Mean Mug to get by him and gives Willie Barz a bit of a cushion there. But Mean Mug goes down, so Mason Price gets the position right back. Looks like Mean Mug might even lose a position to Keel here. Doesn't quite get it back though. So Mean Mug keeping 5th place. Looks like Willie Barz got around Rick Rock somewhere along then. So it's like Rick Rock makes a mistake again. So that might allow Mason Price and Mean Mug to get by him. Looks like Mean Mug actually got back around Mason Price. So this is the last lap now. So they got to do everything they can to win this race. Looks like Mean Mug trying to get around Rick Rock near the end. Gets an insane drive to the corner. Gets right on him, but doesn't make the pass happen. So Iowa Hawkeyes taking the win this race with Willie Barz in 2nd. Looks like Rick Rock's coming back in 3rd. Mean Mug 4th. Mason Price 5th. Keel 6th. Looks like A7 squirts. Crashes before the finish line and gives the spot to Evuz. So A7 Squirt comes by in 8th. Mason LU coming by in 9th. And Giordano, who's AFK on the track, coming by in 10th. It's a pretty crazy race near the end. So Iowa Hawkeyes winning this race, meaning that whoever wins the next race between Willie Barz and Iowa Hawkeyes will take the win. Looks like Rick Rock and Mason Price are right there in points too. So it's going to be interesting to watch all these guys battle and see who can come out on top. Rick Rock, Mason Price, and Mean Mug all within 3 points too. 2 points actually. 3 points. Yeah, 3 points. So another battle to watch between those three guys. Alright, so just gotta wait for everyone to get their setups in, and then we can get going with this race. Number 3. Winner between Willie Barz and Iowa Hawkeyes takes the cake with this race. Dropped my phone on my controller, but we're good. So everyone's readied up. So let's get this final race started. It's going to be interesting to watch Willie Barz in Iowa, and then Rick Rock, Mean Mug, and Evus. Mason Price and Evus, my bad. It's like Mean Mug getting an insane jump off the start. So Mean Mug taking the whole shot. Willie Barz second off the start. Mason LU third. Where is Iowa? Iowa's back in 8th. And he crashes. So Iowa in dead last. As Keel AFK. So Mean Mug out with the early lead. Willie Barz right there though. Looking like Iowa Hawkeyes not getting a good start at all. Like Giordano's AFK now on the straight. Not sure what he's doing. I might have to kick him if they come around there and he hasn't moved yet because he's in the way. But Willie Barz trying to get around Mean Mug right now. He knows that Iowa Hawkeyes did not get a good start and he needs to use this to his advantage to take the overall. Okay, so Keel takes off. Takes out Willie Barz. That is not cool at all. I'm going to kick Giordano. And Keel is also going to get kicked. You heard someone in the chat say that, so alright, so now we got those guys out of the way. We can get back to racing. So Willie Barz with the lead right now after getting taken out by Keel on the start. So Rick Rock second. Mason LU in third. Mason Price fourth, and Iowa Hawkeyes in fifth. Iowa Hawkeyes need to make some passes happen to get by these two guys. Iowa Hawkeyes gets by Mason Price. Now he's setting his sights on Mason LU. Goes to the inside. Doesn't quite make it happen there, but he gets a good drive and gets to the inside. So Iowa Hawkeyes up to third. He makes a mistake there and loses a bunch of positions, drops back to sixth. Looks like Rick Rock pulled on Willie Barz though. So Willie Barz is going to have to work extra hard to try to take that first place position. Mason Price and Mason LU having a battle here. Mason LU overjumps the finish line. Looks like Rick Rock made a mistake, so Willie Barz right there. Willie Barz is going to cut down underneath him. Can't quite do it. Goes too wide and goes off the track. Has to go around the tabletop and crashes. So Willie Barz dropping back to fourth place. Goes down again. So Willie Barz race falling apart. Drops back down to seventh place. He's going to have to get by Iowa Hawkeyes. Work his way up there. But Iowa Hawkeyes up to third now. Working on Mean Mug. Gets him on the inside. So Iowa Hawkeyes up to second place. As of now, Iowa Hawkeyes would have your overall. And possibly Rick Rock would even take second place. So Willie Barz definitely going to have to work extra hard. Otherwise he might be walking away with third place. Looks like Willie Barz gets around A7 squirt though. So Willie Barz up to seventh. Iowa Hawkeyes trying to catch up to Rick Rock. He's gaining too much ground though. Willie Barz has caught the pack a little bit there. So Willie Barz, 3 people right in front of him that he could possibly pick off here. Looks like Mean Mug goes off the side of the track, so gives that position to Willie Barz. Looks like Willie Barz gets taken out by Mason Price's bike. So Willie Barz stays where he was. Iowa Hawkeyes goes off the side of the track and loses some time there. Right now, Willie Barz is doing what he needs to do. He is definitely gaining on everyone in front of him. Evu's going around the outside of Mean Mug. Looks like Willie Barz went down though. So Willie Barz trying to fight off Evu's to keep that 5th place position. Looks like he's able to. So he's in a 3-way battle right now. Splits the middle of both of them and gets them in one section. Really nice move there by Willie Barz. So now Willie Barz is able to set his sights on Mason LU. Looks like Mason Price drops down to 7th. So Willie Barz, everything he needs to do this race. He got a good start, made a mistake, drops back. Now he just needs to work the positions back. When Iowa Hawkeyes did exactly what he needed to do off the start. Didn't get a good start though, but he ran through the pack and has caught up to Rick Rock now and is battling for the lead. Looks like Rick Rock makes a mistake. So Iowa right on Rick Rock now. Iowa going pretty wide there, stays on the track somehow. Looks like he's cutting underneath Rick Rock. Almost makes it happen. Rick Rock going a little bit wide off of the wall jump. So Iowa Hawkeyes takes the lead. Slides out in a flat corner though. So he kind of just gives that position back. The only thing that's going to allow anyone to do is allow Willie Barz and Mason LU to catch up. Iowa Hawkeyes losing some ground there. like Willie Barz has caught Mason LU. And Iowa Hawkeyes goes down on the left side of the screen. So Iowa Hawkeyes race is kind of falling apart right now. And Willie Barz is able to be catching up to him. Because Mason LU going a little wide in the corner. It's going to allow Willie Barz to get right there. It's like Willie Barz can try to dive to the inside in this next corner. Can't quite get there. He's going to try to go at him in this next corner on the inside. Set him up. Can't quite get a tire in front of him. Mason LU shuts the door on him, almost pushes him off the track. But Willie Barz cuts underneath and makes the pass happen. Willie Barz trying to cut underneath, kind of overturned though. Understeer, my bad. Get those terms mixed up. So he loses that position back to Mason LU. So Willie Barz got the pass on him, but kind of gave it right back. They were battling. Willie Barz caught back up to him. He's going to try to make the same pass on him. Looks like he makes it happen this time. So Willie Barz up into third. It's pretty close to Iowa Hawkeyes too. So he could make this happen. Iowa Mason LU sending it into that corner. Try to get him back. Looks like Mean Mug and Mason Price are battling. They're going to go side by side to the whoops. It's like Mean Mug going to get him up the inside here. So Mean Mug taking that 5th place position. Willie Barz is where he needs to be to try to get around Iowa Hawkeyes. Looks like Rick Rock made a mistake though. So Iowa Hawkeyes catching him too. But Willie Barz trying everything he needs to do to get around Iowa Hawkeyes. Judging from where they were last time around, it looks like Iowa Hawkeyes pulling on Willie Barz. Iowa Hawkeyes reeling in Rick Rock. So he gets a good drive to the section. Look up the inside of Rick Rock. So Iowa Hawkeyes takes the lead. That's what Willie Barz does not want to see, because that means he has another person that needs to get by. Looks like they're going to get by the finish line just before time expires. So 2 laps to go. 2 laps for Willie Barz to catch up 6 seconds. Iowa Hawkeyes makes a mistake there. Doesn't get the triple over. Loses some time. Willie Barz almost there. So close, but yet so far. Dropped the second to down about 3 seconds. The gap. Iowa Hawkeyes trying everything he can to get around Rick Rock. Looks like Iowa Hawkeyes not able to get around Rick Rock in this rhythm section he was able to do last lap. So it looks like coming around for the last lap, Iowa Hawkeyes hitting some tough blocks, is able to save it. But ultimately, Iowa Hawkeyes in second place for the final lap. Willie Barz a little ways back. So Willie Barz is going to have to try everything he can to catch up. Looks like Iowa Hawkeyes trying to do everything he can to get around Rick Rock. Goes to the outside in this corner. Jumps over Rick Rock. Rick Rock gets a good drive though. Able to go around the outside of Iowa. So Rick Rock back into the lead. But Iowa Hawkeyes gets a better drive in that whoop section. So Iowa takes the lead from Rick Rock. So Rick Rock dropping back, goes off the track. Where's Willie Barz? Willie Barz is not close enough to make anything happen. Iowa Hawkeyes would have to get stuck off the side of the track he was going to be able to make this happen. Iowa Hawkeyes coming by for the win and the overall. Rick Rock coming by, that should give him third overall, and Willie Barz coming in third for second overall. Looks like Mason LU finishing in fourth. I believe that's his best finish of the night. Mason Price coming in fifth. Looks like Mean Mug coming in sixth. Evooz coming in seventh. And it looks like A7 Squirt gonna come by in eighth. So some pretty insane battles there. My dog is squeaking right now. I don't know why, but Iowa Hawkeyes taking the win and the overall. Willie Barz coming in second place overall, and Rick Rock coming in third. Mason Price getting fourth overall. Mean Mug getting fifth overall. Evooz coming in sixth overall. Mason LU coming in seventh overall. A7 Squirt coming eighth overall. And I believe that's Giordano coming ninth overall. Lucid Windex coming 10th overall. 11th overall would be Bean Smoked. And then 12th, actually that doesn't make sense, but 12th overall is Keel. I believe Keel should be up in 9th overall. But not sure how that's going to go with him taking people out there. So, thanks everyone for stopping by and watching. And I will see you Wednesday. I don't know why I said Tuesday. Wednesday for Ioma.